à toutes et à tous et bienvenue dans You Speak Français. Welcome back for another Grammar Monday. Today I wanted to make a short lesson regarding possessive adjective in French. So let's dig right into it. Okay? So possessive adjective, there's two things you must know that are very important, right? First of all, the adjective possessive agrees with the noun that follows and not with the subject, on the contrary of English, for instance, right? Second of all, the possessive adjective changes based on the subject. So if I am the subject, the passive adjective will be different. If he or she is the subject, the possessive adjective will be different. If we are the subject, then the possessive adjective will be different. Okay? What are the possessive adjectives? So here you have a table. So if the subject, let me make it clear here, the subject is je, I, the possessive adjective for masculine noun, singular masculine noun, will be mon. For feminine will be ma. For plural, regardless of masculine and feminine, will be me. Okay? Example, mon père, my father. Ma mère, my mother. Mes parents, my parents. Right? So here you see father, masculine singular, so I'm going with mon. Mother, feminine singular, I'm going with ma. Parents, parents, plural, masculine and feminine both together, me. Okay? Now, if I'm going with tu, so you, singular, right? What will be the possessive adjective? It will be ton, ta, tes. Example, ton frère, your brother. Ta sœur, your sister. Tes cousins, your cousins, right? Regardless of cousins being masculine, feminine. Could be both, or could be just cousins, feminine cousins. Won't change. It will still be tes cousines in that case, right? Now, next. If the subject is third person singular, il, elle ou on, it will be son, sa, ses. So, for example, son téléphone. His or her phone. Son téléphone. Sa voiture. His or her car. Ses clés. Keys. So, here, son téléphone, in that case, is masculine singular because téléphone is masculine and téléphone. Even if the subject, once again, if the subject is a woman or a man, doesn't matter, right? The possessive adjective in French agrees with the noun that follow, not the gender of the subject, right? It agrees in gender and number with the noun that follow. Agrees, I should add, repeat. In gender and number with the noun that follow, right? Okay? Now, if we go with nous, we, it will be notre in masculine singular. It will still be notre in feminine singular. And it will be nos in plural. Okay? So, for example, notre sac, all right? Our bag, I'm just thinking. Our bag, okay? Could be our that we share. I don't know, we're going on vacation, we share it. It's ours, our bag. It's masculine. Not feminine, could be notre maison, our house. No, it could be nos amis, regardless of the fact that ami can be feminine or masculine. Nos amis, right? Our friends. There's multiple. So now if we're going with vous, which is vous second person of the plural, or vous in a polite form, right? Singular polite form, it still be the same, right? So it will be votre, votre, et vos in plural. So, for example, votre, I don't know, votre ordinateur. Your computer. Votre ordinateur. Feminine, it will be votre chaise, your chair. And plural, it would be vos livres, your books, right? There's multiple ones. Il, elle, third person of the plural, it will be different, okay? So, singular masculine would be leur, singular feminine would be still leur, plural masculine or feminine would be leur, but with an S. Be careful, the S is not pronounced, so it sounds leur. Same, right? S is just silence. So, for example, leur stylo. I don't know, they have one pen. Even if it's one pen for multiple person, doesn't matter. Leur stylo, c'est leur stylo. Let's say it's a Montblanc stylo, very expensive brand. Leur stylo. Leur I don't know, leur piscine, their swimming pool. I don't know, they have a house and they have a swimming pool, so it's their swimming pool, okay? And leur voisin, okay. Voisin, voisine, still doesn't matter. Neighbors, voisin, voisine, neighbors, okay? So that's how you would conjugate it. Now, we have a few not exception, but comments to make, right? So first of all, if we're using on as a reminder here, on can be we, right? It could be we, nous, or it can be on as making a general statement, meaning everybody, otherwise known as tout le monde. So on equal nous or on equal tout le monde. So depending on the sentence that you're gonna make, the possessive adjective will change. If we go with on, meaning nous, it will be first person of plural, so you would have to use those possessive adjectives. If you're going with on in a way of general saying, like we French people, or you know, that type of meaning, you're meaning tout le monde, you would have to go with singular. So let me give you an example. On est chez nos grands-parents, right? We are at our grandparents' house. So grandparents here is plural, okay? So I'm going with plural, no, here. And I'm going with on as a meaning of nous, right? I could also say on est chez notre mère. Let's say I'm talking about my sister and I, and I'm saying we are at our mother's house. On est chez notre mère. That's how we will do. We will say it, okay? If I'm taking an example in the sense of on meaning tout le monde, it could be like quand on est jeune, when we are young, or when one is young. On doit apprendre de ses erreurs. I'm making general statements here, right? So everybody should learn from their mistake when they're young. That's the meaning. So you would go with the singular version. So that's attention number 1. Now, attention number 2. Some nouns are feminine, but start with a vowel. And as you can see in the singular form here, it's always ma, ta, sa. So it ends with a vowel. Therefore, we need to make a little trick and change it so it's easier to pronounce. Let's see an example. Okay, so ma, ta, sa will become mon, ton, son with feminine noun that starts with a vowel or with an H, right? H being silence in French, right? So For example, mon ami. Ami feminine here. So here I'm putting the feminine version of ami because I'm adding an e. You know, if I'm saying like this, it's ami as a man, right? As a friend. So if you just hear mon ami, you wouldn't know out of context if it's a woman or a man. You wouldn't know, right? Because the marker of feminine here is silence, is the e. It's only in written form, so you wouldn't know. But for easy to pronounce, you have to say mon ami, because if you were to write ma ami, it's kind of like difficult to. Ma ami, it's, I don't know, it doesn't flow as easy as mon ami, right? So ma ami, no, okay? Mon ami. Then another example, ton idée, idée is feminine. Une idée, an idea, you know. I should normally say your idea, ta idée, but ta idée, it's difficult again to pronounce, so you have to change it into ton idée. And another one will be son hésitation. Son hésitation. Okay? Une hésitation, an hesitation, right? It's feminine. And if I'm talking about his or her hesitation of doing anything, right? I have to say son hésitation because sa hésitation is difficult to pronounce. Okay? So that's one thing to note. Another, attention 3, and you might already have noticed it, and you probably know it already. As you know, French, we tend to scrap word and cut them because we want to go faster. So we do the liaison, okay? Liaison. And you might have heard me just say it before. I didn't say son hésitation. I said son hésitation, okay? Ton idée. No. We say ton idée, okay? Mon ami. No. We don't say mon ami. We say mon ami, okay? So it's important that you have to do the liaison. It's not just with feminine vowel nouns. It's with everything, right? With everything, when it ends with a vowel, consonant, sorry, and it starts with a vowel, right? You have to do the liaison, right? Here, how would you read this? You would read that as nos amis, okay? You have to link the S of no with the A of ami, right? Liaison is very important in French, okay? We do that. So liaison, don't forget that. And one last attention, number 4, which is more FYI, it's more how we express things. For body parts, when it makes sense, okay? When it's obvious that the body part we're talking about belongs to the subject, you replace the possessive adjective by the definite article. So the easiest example is I have an headache. J'ai mal à la tête. You wouldn't say j'ai mal à ma tête. J'ai mal à ma tête. You wouldn't say j'ai mal à ma tête because obviously one person can only have pain to his own head. You know, he cannot have pain to someone else's head. So that's kind of like weird to say. So no, we wouldn't say j'ai mal à ma tête. We would just say j'ai mal à la tête. It's same if you want to say, I don't know, your father has a headache. Yeah? You would say mon père a mal à la tête. You wouldn't say mon père a mal à sa tête. It's obvious that he only has pain to his head, right? So that's a last point to pay attention to. All right, so this is everything for the adjective possessive. Now we also have what we call pronoun possessive. So let's dig into those one too. So as I was saying, we also have possessive pronoun. The possessive pronoun change based on the noun that they replace. Okay, based on the gender and the number. So here you have a table, summary of the possessive pronouns, right? It changes, as you can see, if it's masculine singular, feminine singular, masculine plural, feminine plural in that case, right? In plural, it also changes depending on the gender. So, what is the equivalent in English? It will be mine, yours, theirs, ours, yours, and theirs, okay? So that's the equivalent. So for example, how would you use them? I don't know. Let's take the first one. C'est mon téléphone. As we've seen before, my phone, this is my phone, okay? I can also say c'est le mien. In case like someone says, whose phone is this? You can just say, it's mine, right? So that's how you would use it. In the case of like feminine noun, let's say, il y a une voiture garée à droite. There's a car parked on the right. C'est ma voiture, it's my car. You can also say il y a une voiture garée à droite. C'est la mienne, it's mine, right? So as you can see, voiture is feminine noun, right? And so you will have to go with feminine singular, right? In the case of, as we've seen before with the adjective possessive, if it's a feminine noun that starts with a vowel, you have to use the masculine version for pronunciation purposes. In this case, with possessive pronoun, you don't need to, right? So if we go with idea, idée, une idée, as seen in an example before, let's say, c'est ton idée, right? In that case, it won't change. We will go back to feminine. Why? Because with pronoun possessive, we have a use of the definite article. And so the definite article kind of breaks in between the words and make it easy for pronunciation, right? So that's why you can stick to the actual gender and number of the nouns that you want to replace. Okay, so you got more or less of the picture, you just have to remember them. So, for instance, c'est mon stylo, c'est le mien. C'est son stylo, c'est le sien, okay? Right, stylo is masculine, that's another example. Ce sont mes lunettes, those are my glasses. Ce sont les miennes, those are mine, right? Ce sont vos lunettes, those are your glasses. Ce sont les vôtres, those are your glasses. And will be les vôtres. Ce sont vos lunettes. Ce sont les vôtres. It will be plural, right? Why? Because lunette is plural. And feminine in that case. But as you can see, when it's we, you, and there, we don't make a difference between feminine and masculine. Right. Important things to note. Notre, votre, here, if you remember how we write it in the adjective possessive, there's no accent circumflex. So you can see this little accent that is called like this. It's called circumflex in French, or I call it le chapeau, the hat, the accent hat, okay, because it looks like a hat on the letter. So you just have to be careful. Votre ou notre are adjective possessif, okay? Whereas votre with an accent, autre, and the pronunciation is slightly different. You open more the mouth, it's more like autre than votre, okay? And notre are pronouns, pronom possessive, okay? So that's a side note to pay attention to. All right, so this is all for today on possessive adjective and pronouns. Hope it was clear. If you have any question, don't hesitate to leave me a comment down below. And why not make a few sentences on your own in the comment section, and I will try to correct them as much as I can. So it's always a good practice. Until then, I wish you a good day and I see you next time. À bientôt!